Hi everyone, and we're here today for Advanced Pilates mat. So we can go ahead and just get started right away. So we'll lay down on our back and then come into your upper up curl for your footwork. So you can roll back if you're not already onto the ground, and if you are, come up to your upper up curl. Hands behind the head, the hands intertwine or just overlap to support the base of the skull. Frog position here, heels together, toes apart, knees apart. Inhale, we push the legs up on a long diagonal, and exhale, pull them in. The angle of your legs, of course, depends on the strength of your core and especially the strength of your psoas muscles to hold the back steady against the weight and movement of the legs forward and away from you. You're going to inhale to push the legs out and pull the inner thighs together. Exhale to drag the heels in towards your tail. Soft point with your feet here. Not over pointing, but not flexing either, really. More like you reach out through the balls of your feet. And let's come in parallel legs and soft point. So here is as if you're trying to suck a tennis ball up into the arch of each foot. Keep your head high, elbows in and down a little bit. You should feel the work in your upper abs as you lift the shoulders off the mat, and the work in the lower abs as you stabilize your body against the weight and movement of your legs. That looks really good. Continue here, breathe in and exhale, pull back. Let's do one more. And now flex the feet and push it out again. Reach out through your heels, drag it back home. This works to really work some of the big muscle groups in your body. Just start getting the blood to flow here, prepping you for the rest of what's normally an hour to come. And we push as if we're pushing 1,000 pounds away, and then drag it right back into your body. One more. And then extend the legs up higher, leave them up in the air, inhale to point, and exhale to flex the feet. So we try to go heel, ball, toe, and then toe, ball, heel. So you're getting articulation through the foot. We want our feet to be mobile and strong. They need to be flexible, because what happens in the feet affects the whole chain up the body, has a big effect on where your alignment is, what happens with your posture, what happens with your flexibility and strength as well. Because if you're misaligned, you've got less flexibility available to you, less strength available to you. Now we point and circle the arms around right into hundreds and pump. Inhaling for 5 beats. Exhale for 5 more. The legs can stay high or they can start to go out lower. Find a place where you're happy with the work and check in with it at the end of each breath or the beginning of each breath, but just keep checking in. You want to be sure that as your body warms up, you work appropriately, whether that means that you're lifting the legs higher for less work or taking them lower for more. Try to keep pulling your head up and your chest forward. Don't let gravity pull you back flat onto the ground. And the longer you stay here, the more you may want to adjust the legs. We try to stretch the hands across the room, push them through the air, up and down here. And let's go for 2 more breaths. Take a deep, full breath in, expand the whole body away from center. Exhale, knit everything together. And then 1 more. The body expands outwards like a balloon filling with air. And then you let all the air out. And then we can fold the knees in, lay your head down, and stretch the legs forward and the arms back for your roll up. Ribs stay grounded here as you lift the arms up and take them back behind you. Start to bring the arms up, lift the head, neck, and shoulders. Exhale and pull off the mat. The first one's so hard, and then diving forward. We just know that each one after gets better and better as your body warms up into the movement. Lay yourself down, stretch it back and reach behind you, and let's go again. The arms can come lower. To make it easier, the arms go higher for more challenge. Lengthen out through your feet in the opposite direction of your spinal movement on the way down to the mat. And just be sure that this is really fluid. You don't want to lift in chunks. You want to try to really pull each vertebra one by one off the ground, like someone lifting a velvet rope off the floor from one end to the other. And then on the way down, even while you lift the arms, be sure that you can go down with perfect control. So you're not falling into gravity, but you're working against it and still laying your spine down smoothly. Let's do one last one. Exhale before you pick up the ribs. Of course, it's a lovely additional challenge to talk through the whole workout. And you come on back. And then once you're here, you stretch the arms behind you, circle them around and down at your side. We're getting ready for roll over. I'm going to scoot forward so there's room for my legs here. And you can fold the knees in, lift the legs up towards the ceiling, legs together, soft point. We reach the legs forward, then bring them up and over. Now in this one, unlike the jackknife, the legs are designed to be sort of parallel to the ground here. You can lift up through your sits bones to get a little feeling of lift through your waist off the rib cage. It helps your breath. Now open the legs 4 inches, flex the feet, and reach back for the heels as you work down with your spine. You'll feel that stretch in the back of your legs. Take the legs forward. They're still apart. They're still flexed at the ankle. Point the feet close, and we go over again. We do 3 reps like this. So rolling off to balance on your shoulders, never on your neck, open, flex. And down you go. Try to lower the legs towards your face, towards your chest. Get more stretch in the low back. Resist gravity. Go down slowly with control. Reach the legs out to your working level. Point, close, and we lift again. One more like this. The tailbone is high. You're trying not to compress. And drop the pelvis down into your shoulders. Open, flex, and down we go. The legs reach out. You point the feet. You close, then open them. The second set is done with the legs apart, soft point on the way over. And then you close and flex. Reach back through your heels as if you imagine your heels stuck on the wall behind you, and then drag the hips forward to bring the legs forward anyway. Reach the legs out, point apart, and we go over. You can inhale and exhale in each direction. Eventually, at a faster tempo, it'd be an inhale over and an exhale down. We're going to slide the legs forward, reach them out, point apart, and go up and over. Last time. Close, flex. Really enjoy that stretch in your calves. Pull the body down here. Then we'll leave the right leg in the air as you lower the left leg. That foot is flexed. Reach back a little bit and point your right foot. Coming up for tree. So check that your hips are even. They're the same distance from your shoulders. And we lift the head coming up. Look down your midline. The left hand goes to the back of the right leg. And you pull your body up. The psoas muscle, your hip flexor, pulls the torso to the leg. And then you come upright, sit as tall as possible. Check out your posture. And now start with the tail moving forward and up to bring the low back down. And as your spine curves into the ground, the arms walk down your leg. At the end, the arms press into the mat, palms down, neck relaxed. And we lift to come up again. Moving through your upper ab curl. Now I'm getting a press from the hands into the leg and the legs into the hand. And then we're going down again. So it's important that you move the spine first and don't just like release the arms down the leg and then fall backwards into that space you just allowed yourself. But we're thinking of working the torso, working the spine, and then using the hand connection to feel more engaged through the arms and the abdominals and the rest of your core. Now that we're up for the third time, you bend the elbows, you lift the leg high, and then release it away. Inhale to let the leg rise, and exhale to push it away from you. The knee can be bent a little bit. Try to protect the back of the knee from strain, and then stretch out through the leg. Most advanced, the hands release forward. You keep reaching long with the fingertips, long and out with the feet, away from your hips. Pull the body down with control. Go all the way down, and we move into the advanced circles. Arms at your side, we lift that right leg higher. We'll go back and pick up tree on the other side soon. So the right leg goes across the body, spiral off the mat with your hip, waist, and ribs, and then circle around. Come up to the top. Short inhale, long exhale. The goal is to keep the right side free and mobile and the left side heavy and grounded on the mat. Stretching away, the shoulders are heavy, the blades sink into the ground. Collarbones are open here on the front of your chest. Come to the top, reverse. Inhale away from center and exhale across so the right side still flows off the ground and back onto it. So really the hip and the waist just follow the path of the foot in the air. The left side will rock a little bit, but it stays firmly on the ground on your mat. See if you can really feel that stretch across the outer thigh and hip as you bring the leg across the body. Sink it down. And here we go for the other side for tree. So we can scissor switch the legs at this level. We would expect a straight leg switch, but bend your knees if that feels better in your back. And we lower that Left leg out and down to the angle where you can support it for tree. Coming up, lift your head, look down the midline of your body to the inside of the leg, and you bring your hand by hand, avoid the back of the knee, come up, try to sit as vertically as you can, tall posture here, energy out through your head, and then lengthen through your legs. And we go down. So both legs are working, both legs are stretching. One leg is pressing into the ground, the other one is reaching out through its center, arms at your side, shoulders relaxed, and lift again. A lot of Pilates is really about like, what can you stabilize and then what can you move? Here we're keeping the legs steady and then moving the spine, articulating it, sequencing it down one vertebra after the next. And then lift less time coming up. Your heart floats up as you lift your head as if it was filled with helium here. Now bend the elbows, lift the leg up a little bit, push it away. Work for a gentle stretch in the middle of the hamstring. You don't want to over tug or pull on the sits bone, the hamstring attachment, or behind the knee. And then here we go. We sit upright, improve your posture just a little bit, stretch the arms forward, hold the leg in the air, and then we roll the tail up, we roll the spine down, go over the pelvis, down over the sacrum, down over the spine, down to the mat, lift the leg higher, and we get ready to do the advanced circles, lifting the left side of the body. So the leg goes over, you spiral the left hip off the ground, shoulders stay down, circle the leg around, and then lift to the sky again. So draw the biggest circle you can while keeping the right side grounded. Like I said, there'll be a shift in weight there. That's fine. That has to happen, but you're keeping that left side more fluid, free to flow off the mat and then back onto it. Come to the top, pause, reverse, take the left leg out to the side, and then exhale all the way around. Come off the ground with the left hip, but don't allow the right hip to fall off its place in the mat. Sure, inhale, long exhale. We do want to feel the low abdominal muscles contract here at the end of the breath. And we'll do one more. Complete the circle at the top, and then fold the knee into your chest. We're rolling forward and up for rolling like a ball. Center yourself here, hold onto your shins, pick up your feet, balance back on your sacrum. Then you try to curve your body, let the belly sink into the spinal curve. Inhale to roll back to your shoulders. Exhale to come forward to your balance point. And back you go again. You can always take a ball between your thighs to keep the inner thigh line engaged. Also a more advanced challenge to take a ball between your heels and your tailbone so that your feet don't come forward as you rise. We'll do one more. Coming up, and then we take it into the ab series. Right hand to the ankle, left hand to the right knee on the shin right below it. Push the right leg up and the left leg out as you go back slowly to your upper ab curl again. Look down your midline. Elbows wide. Inhale, switch the legs. Push one forward, one back, and exhale, switch. Breathing through this. Gaze stays down. Even if the feet are reaching higher than your eye level, which is quite possible, you want to still look down at your navel in order to keep your head up and your neck as vertical as possible. That'll maintain your upper ab curl easier than if you're looking up to the ceiling. Both legs in, one hand to each shin, legs squeeze tight. Inhale, reach arms and legs up and out. Circle the arms wide and embrace the legs in. More advanced, the feet slide out along the mat. You lift them up eye level. I got stuck under the equipment, but then I pull everything in. So I'm going to just go sort of low here and then embrace. The arms go up as the legs go out. The movement happens simultaneously through the limbs. Arms and legs move at the same time into the hammock, move at the same time into the ball. Scissors, right leg up, left leg forward, and we switch. If your hamstrings are tight again, the knees will be slightly bent. We work for a straight leg eventually. Here it is so tempting to look up at your feet. Please don't do that. Keep your gaze down and low. We end with the left leg up. Bring the hands to support the back of the head. That's welcome for sure by now. Both legs to the ceiling, double leg, lower lift. Watch your backs. Take it forward as you inhale. And then exhale, pull the belly deep and lift the legs up. Remember, this is a third of your body weight. That's how much your legs weigh. attached by two muscles, hopefully really strong ones, to your spine. I'm sure they are strong after coming all this far in Pilates. But you still want to be careful that as you take the legs forward, you don't arch the back. Keep the control from your core. Lift it up, and now we twist to the right, coming up and over to the right bent knee, then to the left. It's an upper up curl plus rotation. Amazing work for your oblique abdominal muscles now. The pelvis stays grounded here so that the legs shoot forward right out of the socket and then come right back in towards your chest. We end to the left, come back to center, lay it down and stretch legs forward, arms back. And we get ready to lift for spine stretch. So the arms come up, can roll up with the legs apart is more difficult, and then bring the arms up to the ceiling. And here we rotate the palms back, non-traditional, doing an upper back extension. So the lower part of the spine stays vertical. You lift your chest, you lift your heart, you lift your eyes, look back at an imaginary ball you're holding between your hands, and then rotate the palms forward, push the ball out, over, and down. Your halo reaches out to the center of the ball. As you bring it down between your feet, you take a dive, you stretch your spine. Press down through your legs, and we lift to come up. The back of your body picks you up from the bottom to the top. Upper back extension here. A really common mistake is to change the angle at the hips. Try to keep that at 90 degrees while you move the spine in a curve forward and down. And then even again in the curve at the upper body into your swan or upper back extension. And then we'll go forward again one more time to hold on to your legs. Wherever you can, feet, ankles, calves, thighs, whatever it is, that's great. And now pull the legs in for open leg balance and then rocker. At the advanced level, we just start with both legs, lift them up, and we take both legs up simultaneously. The V is narrow, the feet are in line with your shoulders, and you exhale to pull the heels back in towards your tail. Reach again, feel the length in the back line of your body, back of your legs, back of your spine. And the next one, we get ready to roll. So we lift the legs up, hold them, adjust the hands more to the outside of the calves, and look down. Inhale, lift the tail to roll back to your shoulders. Exhale to come forward. Remember all the rolling exercises. The hair might touch the mat, but you don't want the skull to touch. You're keeping your chin tucked in towards your chest, even if your toes slam into the equipment behind you. And that way you protect your neck and you keep the spinal curve. That flexion is important for rolling. Now close the legs together. We'll reach out through the arms and lower the spine down. And today I'm just going to do the corkscrew from the ground since my back was problematic last week. So we're going to just keep the hips down. We'll go for a little bigger circle this time. So in the earlier versions through the beginner intermediate mat, you would keep the circle pretty small to keep the hips grounded. So you can really feel that as the legs go over to the left, you feel the right side pushing down into the ground, into your mat. And then as the legs go right, you're going to feel the left side of the body really sinking into the floor. So you feel a lot of work there in your core. Now you want to still feel that same amount of work as you start to take the circle a little bigger and spiral the pelvis a little bit off the mat and around. So now you're going to rotate through the pelvic girdle, but still feel that work in the obliques. So it's really easy to do this carelessly and not get any work from it. So I want you to go slow enough and very precise in your circles. So you're rotating the hips, but keeping the rib cage and the shoulders down. And do it slowly enough that you feel the load and the work of your obliques pulling the pelvis around for you. It's not the weight of your legs moving you. You want to tip from your center. Then the legs can lower, but then you're going to tip from your center. Your intention of where you move from makes a big difference in how you feel the work. Part of it's focus, but part of it is also organizing the body to engage from a different place. Let's go here one more time from left to right. So you can pick up the right hip and then pull the right hip down and pick up the left hip and then bring the legs back to center. From here, we're folding the knees in, hug them in, and roll forward and up for your saw. Hopefully you felt that. That can be very intense on the midline of your body. So stretch the arms out to the side, reach long through the fingertips, and rotate over to the right. The back palm reaches up. You slide the front arm across the body and down the right leg. Lift to come up, stack your spine bottom to top, untwist, spin to the left and go over again. Shoot the arms along in opposite directions, coming upright center, and again here, twist, dive, and reach. Think of the back arm pulling behind you like it's trying to prevent you from going forward. One reason that Pilates people tend to have elongated muscles is that we're always reaching in two directions at once. And then coming back one more time, we call it opposition. So you're pulling back as much as you're pulling forward each time. And one more time here. Come upright center, close the legs, and we flip over onto your belly here for your swan, your upper back extension. Legs traditionally together, they can be apart if that's easier on your back. And then your head floats off the ground, hands back in by the armpits. Pull back with the heel of the hand, pull forward with the chest, and lift up into an upper back extension. And then lay yourself down a little bit at a time. The back releases you to the ground. Look forward and down. Keep your nose off the mat so you can still breathe. And then pull your chest forward, pull your gaze forward, pull your elbows in. You're closing the back ribs together to flare the front rib cage open. And then down you go again. And then lift once more. We come up, we arch, and then let's take it to the ground again. Prop yourself up on your forearms, lengthen the legs out behind you, push down with the arms. Still find that feeling of extension in the upper back and the stretch through the belly line. Kick the right heel in 1, 2, and down. Now the left, pulse 1 and 2, and down, now the right. Every beat of the leg stretches out your quad as you push the front of the pelvis into the mat. From our opening there, more length here in your psoas and in your rectus femoris, the one quad muscle that crosses both the hip and the knee. And one more set. And then go ahead and lay on down, turn your head to the right. Overlap your hands on your back. And we take a deep breath in. Breathe here, full breath, inhale. And exhale, 3 beats with both legs. 1, 2, 3. Push the feet into the ground. Reach the arms back, your heart rises. Go down, turn your head left. 3 pulses, 1, 2, 3 times. Feet down. You can intertwine the thumbs eventually when your chest is open enough, keeping the wrist straight and the fingers long. Go down, turn to your right. Pulse it out again. Point the feet. And then reach back. And down, turning left, last time. Feet to the mat. And then hands at your side, come up and sit back in your child's pose. Round your neck, curve it. And then articulate up with your spine. Turn around to face your feet to stay at the same end that they were just on. Legs are apart about 5 inches. Take your hands to support your head for neck pull. So as the name says, you're trying to pull the elbows up, pull the hands up, lengthen the neck to elongate the whole spine. Tip it back in a plank. Tuck and roll your back into the ground. Again, try to resist gravity and don't just fall, don't collapse. And then you come up, fist into hand, dive over, hands behind head, pull the head forward, stretch it out, and then lift to come up. Come all the way up, sitting tall, and then lean back again. Tuck and roll it to the ground here. Maybe notice if you're using the right side versus the left. Many of us tend to favor and work the stronger side, making that stronger and stronger, and then building more muscle on one side of the back compared to the other. So if you know that you're stronger, for example, on the right, think of working your left side harder in an exercise like this to try to balance out some of that work. One more to lift, shoulders are still down, and then you pull the head away from the shoulders, you drop the shoulder blades away from your head and neck, and come all the way up. Less time to the ground. Rehinge, then you look down, upper arm curl and tuck, and bring the body into the floor. Okay, from here, for the advanced work, we move into the advanced scissors and bicycle. This is from a jackknife position. You'll lay down on your back, bend your knees into your chest, and extend the legs up to the ceiling. Press down through your arms, jackknife over. So traditionally, you begin by taking the legs low, and then you would take them up to the ceiling, like so. Support your hips with your hands. Now, I'm in sort of a bad position for this, but when you first learn this, typically one leg goes back and one leg goes forward, and the legs act as a counterweight. As you get stronger on this, and then you would switch the legs. As you get stronger, you try to keep your hands to your hips, and one leg stays up in the air as the other one goes forward and out. And then you switch the legs so they pass away from your body. You're thinking of opening your hip here. And it's really difficult to keep the pelvis elevated here. You'll feel that your shoulders want to come off the ground. Keep pushing the arms into the mat against the weight of your leg going forward. And it's really helpful here to think of the upper leg, the top foot, reaching for the ceiling so you don't collapse and just drop the weight of your body into your wrist. From here, we're going to bring both legs together. And as the right leg goes forward, we do bicycle. So that goes forward and down, pulls in and extends as the other leg is going forward. Try to keep energy up through your tail. Really reach the soles of your feet for the ceiling. And then we'll reverse the direction and back pedal. Don't point the feet too much or you'll cramp out the toes and maybe the calf. And then we'll lift both legs up to the ceiling. Just go ahead, lower your hands down, and then roll your spine out from a regular jackknife and into the position for bridge. So for bridge today, we're going to add the straight leg kicks. So we start grounded here. Curl the tail up, pull the knees and the hips forward, over the toes, and then let's pull the right knee into your chest, lift the right foot up to the ceiling, point the foot to kick down, flex the foot to lift up. 3 sets, point, reach, and then flex to lift. One more. Flex to bring it up, point the foot, bend the knee, lower the foot parallel to the other one, lift that right hip if it's fallen, which it probably has at least a little bit. Use your butt, your glutes to really push the hips open to the ceiling. Now the left knee pulls in, extend the left foot up, point, bring it forward, flex and lift it up. The length of the arc, the amount of range of motion you have on this foot is dependent on your ability to keep the left side of the pelvis elevated while you stand on just your right leg and your arms and your shoulders, of course. And now that you're back to center, we roll the spine down, come all the way down, release the tail to the ground. The second set is just a basic bridge up and down. So we start with the pelvic tuck. You curve the tail forward, you pull back with the heels. So if you're pushing the mat under your shoulders, come up, elevate your hips here, maybe roll to the outer arm to lift your chest higher. And then let's roll to the inner arm slightly. Your shoulders curve a little bit off the ground so you can press your upper back down between the scapula. Come all the way down with the tailbone, settle the tail at the end. And then we lift again for the second set of kicks. This one will start with the left leg and begin with the flex foot. So first we go up, snaking the spine off the ground, push down into your arms and the top of your shoulders. Pull your left knee into your chest, lift the foot up, flex the foot. We flex to go down, point and lift the leg up, flex down, point and lift. One more. And then we fold the knee in, lay the foot down, lift the hip. And here we go for the right. Pull that knee in, get a lot of support from your left leg, extend the right leg up, flex, down, point, stretch up. Draw a line on the ceiling with your foot, whether it's the heel that leads or the toes that lead. And at the top, bend the knee, lower the foot down again, elevate your hips once more, roll to the inner arms, sink your spine down from the very top, back by the shoulders, all the way down to your tailbone. And now we come up. You can pull one leg in, roll forward and up, extend the legs forward for spine twist. You reach on out here, press down through the arms, lift up through the head, and rotate, pulsing 1, 2, 3, lift to center, and then to the left, pulsing 1, 2, and 3, and back to center, and to the left. Switching sides, coming back, and left again. Center, and then lower that down. And now, much to our surprise, we get to do jackknife again. So we lay down. This is the official jackknife exercise. So we'll pull the legs into the chest, lift the feet up to the ceiling. As you advance this exercise, the legs don't go low first and then up. They go straight up as high as you can take them. So you bring them forward, you push through the air, you lift the legs up high to the ceiling, and then slowly bring it on down. Work your way down and stretch the legs out and away. And then we lift to come up, push off the ground here, take it down slowly, work your way down, the legs stretch out and away here, and one more. And then you can lower the legs, and we'll go onto your side for side kicks. So my clock here seems to have a problem. It has stopped. So much for atomic clocks. Let me just check the time. You can stretch out on your side facing the mirror. Let me see how much time I have. Okay. So lengthen the legs out. Now for the more advanced version of the side kicks, both hands hold the skull. We're going to pick the heel up, reach out through the foot, and glide the leg forward, pulse 1, 2. Point the foot, take it back, pulse 1 and 2. Flex to go forward, double beat. Point to stretch back, double pulse. Flex to go forward one more time. Point to press it away. Come back to center, lower the leg. We rotate, point to lift up, flex to come down. Point lift, and flex close. One more, point to reach high. Stay balanced on your side seam. Now reverse the foot, flex and lift it, point and stretch it away. Once more. Lengthen out, keep pulling your head away from your hips. Now bend the knee up to the ceiling, slide the foot in, knee to shoulder, foot to the sky, flex and reach out, heel to heel. And drag it in, fold it, lift it, flex and reach out. Let's do one more of those. Tap down to reverse, go up, point the foot, bend the knee, skate it down the bottom leg, flex and you lift, point bend, and exhale all the way forward and down. Last one. All the way down for Rhonda Jump. This is the hardest one without your having your hand to the ground, to the mat. So try to hold your body in position as you bring the leg forward, circle up, back, use your glute, use your core, press the bottom leg into the ground, bring that leg back through center, and again. The goal is to keep the torso very calm, very quiet, very stable here. So no leaning forward with the chest as the leg goes behind you. And again, no leaning back with the torso as the leg comes in front of you. We complete the circle and then we reverse. It helps to really feel length in your body. That helps you stabilize as everything gets pulled taut. So try to pull your head in one direction, your shoulders and your feet in the other. And last one in this direction. We're going to go into the advanced bicycle here. So your top arm goes forward, the top arm goes back. Kick the leg forward to your hand. Stretch the back of the leg, fold the knee into your chest, heel to your butt, knee to your heart, and then let's swing the knee back. Open the hip. This is a big quad stretch and psoas stretch. Release the leg back and the arm forward, back on the diagonal you started on. And again, kick it forward. Stretch out the hamstring, fold the knee into your chest, compress the joints here. Swing the leg back, you're holding onto the foot. Push the knee behind the other leg, and then release the arm and the leg on the diagonal. One more. You kick the leg forward. You fold it in tight. Hand to foot, heel to butt, swing the knee back, open the quad, and release, let go. Now we reverse. Up with the arm as you fold the leg back. Try not to lift the knee. Push the knee behind you, and then you pull it into your chest. Compress it, hold on to your shin. Extend the leg forward, reach the hand out towards the foot, and then lengthen the leg back as you press the arm forward. Two more like this. The arm circles up as you're folding the knee immediately. Push the knee behind you and then pull it all the way into your body. And then extend the leg forward, stretch it, and reach it long. We have one more of these to go. Up with the arm as you fold the leg back. flexion at the knee, push back, hip extension, and now pull the knee in, compress, lengthen, release, and lengthen out all the way. So from here, we're going to lower the leg down and then go onto your stomach. For Grasshopper, overlap the hands, legs in turnout. Let's lift the legs from your hips and clap. And then we lower the legs. Let's sit back in child's pose, round the back, curve it, stack the spine, bottom to top, and let's spin it around to face the other direction. So probably you still would most likely want to see the camera here. So you can keep an eye on the screen. And again, we're going to take the hands both behind the head, pull the neck long by pulling the head away from your shoulders, and begin by lifting that top leg up hip height, flexing the feet. Inhale, the leg swings forward, double pulse, 1, 2. Point the foot, take it back, pulse, 1, 2. And a lot of times you'll find that it's easier to balance on one side than the other. Often has to do with how the two pelvic halves are set into your body. It's really common for them not to be exactly symmetrical. One more here. And then come back to center. We rotate the top leg, point the foot and kick it up, flex the foot and bring it down. Point to lift and flex to close. One more like that, point up and flex down. Now reverse the foot, flex to lift and point to stretch it away. We lift up and point, reach it down. One more time. Now développé, pull in, extend the leg, flex and push it away from you. Drag it in, lift and flex down. One more time. And then reverse, go up, point the foot, bend the knee, skate the leg down the bottom leg, flex to rise, point bend, exhale, pull the belly tight. It'll help you stabilize. One more, point bend all the way down and long. Rhonda Jump, go long with the body, right? And really press your bottom leg into the ground. Soft point, we circle the leg forward, rotate up, back, around and through center. A lot of glute there to pull the leg behind you. And circle again. Push down into the ground with your body as that leg rises high. One more in this direction. And then let's reverse. There's a challenge to going slow and a different challenge to going fast. Of course, when you go slow, you tend to notice everything that you do wrong and everything that you do right. And let's go for one more here. Now the leg slides back immediately for bicycle as the top arm reaches forward. So stretch first the diagonal, then kick the leg forward to your hand. Fold the knee into your chest. Hold onto your foot, heel to butt, swing the knee back. And then release the leg back and the arm forward. Reach out on your diagonal line. Kick it forward again. Try to reach back through the tail and the sits bone. So you pull the hamstring from that end too. Knee folds in. Push it behind you, quad stretch. And release diagonal length. One more time. Stay balanced on your side seam. Try not to rock your chest forward or back. Leg goes back, release full length. And now reverse, up with the arm. Collect your foot, push the knee back. Now heel to the sits bone, keep it there as you pull the leg forward. The knee goes in an arc through the room, stretch the leg out and sweep it long. And again, up with the arm, graceful gesture here. Good work through the shoulder blade. Pull that leg in tight. Extend the leg. You try not to really push the leg down, but you try to hold the thigh where it is as you extend at the knee. One more. Grab hold of the leg, push it back. Feel that stretch across the front of the leg. Now pull it in tight. Extend it out, reach here, and release to let it go. All right, come up to sitting. I'm going to check the time again. So sorry, it didn't occur to me I should have a watch or a second clock here. Okay, we still have a few more minutes. So let's go into our teaser. So we're starting laying down on our backs. The legs reach out long, the arms down on our side, the palms up, squeeze the legs together. You slide the arms forward, lift the head, neck, and shoulders. Look at your feet, bring your feet up at your eye level. Come all the way up into your teaser. And then you still reach forward with the arms, forward with the legs as you tuck. You're trying to roll back behind the tailbone onto the sacrum, Press the legs out, toes at eye level, go all the way down, head comes down at the end. And then scoop the arms forward as if you're digging deep into the ground for diamonds. You got piles of them in your hands. Legs pulled together. You slide those arms up alongside your legs towards your ankles. Come up to that teaser. It's Navasana or boat pose in yoga. And then you're going down. Really important to lift the tail and round the low back. That allows you to protect your spine from the weight of your legs on the way to the ground. So at this level, you should be able, well, we consider at this level, you would do this version of the exercise. But of course, all bodies are different. So if you need to fold your knees in to make it easier, that's fine. If you need to hold your hands to your legs to make it feel better in your body, that's also great. And then on the way down, a lot of people start their way down and then they fold their knees to come back in, to come down to the floor at the end. All those are great options. You just have to be aware of what your body needs and then go from there. All right, so from here, we're going into hip circles. So you can come back and rest on your hands with the elbows bent. And so earlier, in the earlier levels, we do this on the forearms like so. As you advance your exercise, as you advance the flexibility and strength in your body, you go to having bent arms. The hands can be a little wider. And then you pull back with your waist, really round that low back into a hammock, fold the knees in and lift the legs up. And here we go, double leg circles. Inhale to the right, exhale around to the left, pick the legs up and then circle to the left, exhale around to the right, complete the circle. The good news is there's only 3 sets. This is a big chest opener. You probably will feel this across the top front of your shoulders. Watch that the legs don't go so low that you feel it in your back. You want to get maybe a little massage as you rotate the legs here. We ended at the top, fold the knees, and then come forward. And let's actually go to seal next. So we'll take the hands through the legs, wrap your hands around your ankles, and we roll back to balance on your sacrum again. Open and close the legs as you clap. Exhale 3 times. Well, exhale as you tap 3 times. Then we inhale to roll back to your shoulders. But in the air, 1, 2, 3 with the legs. Come up and 1, 2, 3 with the legs. Head stays off the ground as you clap the legs in the air above you. I find it helpful to imagine my tail being pulled up as I'm here. And 1 more. Okay, and then come up to a kneeling position. Just going to go into a plank here on your forearms to end today. So you're going to be resting on your elbows, push down through your fists. One leg goes back, curl the toes under, the other leg goes back. Be in a straight line here. Pull the chest forward through your arms. Pull the halo forward from the top of your head. And as you breathe here, just keep pushing through your arms. You're pressing down to feel the work both in the triceps, in the lats, in the serratus, which comes around towards the front of the chest. That'll help you find the connection, the loop into your external obliques to hold your body steady here. And just 2 more breaths. And then lower your knees, sit back into child's pose, round your back, stack it from the bottom to the top. And we are done for today. Thanks so much for coming to class. And